Hi friends, this is part 7 identity column, and today we will learn everything about our identity column and creating the identity column and what is the uses of these identity columns. Okay, let's look at the demo. Just to open your SQL server. Here we have already a DBL persons table. Within the DBL persons table I have this ID column, name column, gender ID column, and also have this age column. Okay, if I want to insert a new row into my TBL person table means, and we have to supply for each and every record person ID and supply values for that. Okay, and just insert into TBL person values, and this eighth record name is dot, and this gender ID is 1, and this age is 23, and just select all and execute. Here it will inserted the new row. Just select your queries, and here start is successfully inserted. And I don't want to each and every time or a new record I don't want to supply any values for our ID column, and this ID column will automatically generated for us. And how to generate automatically with the use of this identity column, and how to create an identity column. Just check, I want to make this ID column into this identity column, and here check this ID is identity or is not identity. Just go to ID, right click and click properties folders. It will open one column properties windows. Here you have this identity which is set to false. Then why we have to supply values for each row, each columns. Okay, if you are setting this identity into true means we don't have to supply for ID column, which will automatically generated for us. Okay, now create a new table. Just right click on your table folder and new table, and here I have this person ID. This is a integer. I want this person ID is an identity column. Okay, right click on your person ID. Okay, now leave it. Select your person ID column and expand this column properties windows, and here you have this identity specification. Just expand it. Here is identity, and just change yes. Okay, and which will set identity for our person ID column. And here you will see the identity increment 1 and identity seed is 1. Okay, this is seed is nothing but this is the where to start in your identity values. I want to start values from 1. Okay, and this is increment. How to your record added increment. I want to increment my record and 1. Okay, and we have to change this your starting values, and you also change your incremental values within this column properties. Okay, and I want to make this person ID as a primary key. If you want, you can set, and I have this another column name which is name, and this data type is a varchar 50, and save your table, which will be TBL person 1. Okay, TBL person 1, and click OK. Okay, and close it. Okay, here you have this TBL person 1. Just select all the rows from your TBL person 1. You have nothing in your TBL person 1 table. Okay, you want to insert your TBL person 1 table means insert into TBL person 1 values. You have this 2 column. Okay, this column is an identity column. You don't have to supply values for these person IDs. Okay, you can only give one values for this name column. Okay, and this ID column will be automatically generated. Okay, and here you have this values for this T, and D is the name. Okay, and execute. Here one rows affected, and see your table here. Now the person ID values we are not supplied in this in these queries, but this person ID is automatically get generated. How to get generated? With the use of this identity column. Okay, and now you give these insert values. Put here one rows affected and select your queries. This is automatically increment by 1 this person ID columns, but we are not supplied any values into our person ID here, but it automatically gets generated with the use of this identity column. Okay, here is the usage of this identity column. We don't have to supply any values for our identity column of person IDs. Okay, and now you insert here a new row. This is Butch Denny, and select all and execute here. One rows affected. Okay, select your queries and execute here. Is a person ID 1 2 3. If I delete this second row, means what's gonna happen? And just delete it. Delete from TBL person 1 where person ID equal to 2, and select your table records. Okay, we have deleted our second value, second record. Okay, if I try to insert another new record, means what's gonna happen? In our old ID column is not replaced. Okay, just check it. Here we have this Mary for that, and I want try to insert my new record. Okay, and what's gonna happen? Just execute and select your queries. Okay, the fourth values will be generated, but our old second values will not be resetted. Okay, and how to reset and how to give our old record into my table. Okay, I try to insert my ID column. Okay, I want to insert person ID comma name column. I want to give second rows because second is deleted. I try to insert the second rows. Okay, which name is King, and now try to execute here. What's gonna happen? It will be throwing an error. Okay, and what is the error? Copy this and placed it here. Okay, here is the message: cannot insert explicit value for identity column in the table TBL person 1 when identity insert is set to off. Okay, which means this person ID is the identity column, so we cannot implicitly give the values for that. If you want to give your record of our person ID column, means you have to set identity insert on, then only you have to give the values for our identity column. Okay, and how to set on of our identity insert, and here is the syntax: set, and just copy this identity insert. I want to identity insert on my TBL persons table, and set on and execute this query. Okay, command completed successfully. Okay, now you are trying to insert your values, your second record for our identity column. You are explicitly given this values for our person ID, which is identity column. Okay, now you try to execute is successfully one rows affected. Okay, now select it. Okay, 1 2 3 4 our old record will be replaced. Okay, now and just have a look at in our slide. Okay, here if a column is marked as an identity column, then the values for this column are automatically generated when you insert a new row into the table. Okay, and To explicitly supply values for the identity column means first turn on identity insert on, which is syntax is set identity insert, and whatever table you want to turn on of your identity insert, which is TBL person, I want to turn on this identity insert, okay, and is set to on. And in the insert query specify the column list into the TBL persons table, and let's look at this. Without here I mentioned the column list, okay, and just delete it. If I try to here is something a I try to insert our fifth row, means what's gonna happen? The error will be says, because our column list is must be specified, then only it will inserted, okay. And just specify our column list, what's gonna we are insert. I have insert my person ID, comma, and this name column. Now select your TBL record, and now you want to insert, execute, one rows affected, and select all. Your AA will be added your fifth record, okay, and you have filled out this old record, and you try to insert a new record without specifying the ID column, means what's gonna happen? Insert into TBL person 1. I don't want to supply any values because this person ID is this identity column, okay. My new name is I given this new name is Raj, okay. I try to insert into TBL person 1 values, okay, values, and I try to insert this record, and what's gonna happen? It will says an error. Just execute here, insert into okay, insert into TBL person 1, okay. Now you try to execute here, it's throwing an error. What is the error? It says just copy this and paste it here, and here is the message: explicit values must be specified for identity column in table TBL person 1 either when identity insert is set to on, or when a replication user is inserting into a not for replications identity column, because we have turned on my identity insert on my TBL person table 1, so we cannot insert our new record without specifying this ID person ID column, okay. And if you insert your new record without specifying the ID column, means you have to turn off our identity insert, okay, and it says this turn off. And now you try to execute this queries, okay. Command successfully completed, okay. Now just delete all those things, and here also we have don't need it, okay, delete it. Now select your table records here, okay. Here Raj will be inserted into our sixth row, okay, and execute here, one row is affected, okay, sixth row is affected, okay. And now you try to insert this another column, which is Paul, and try to execute again. The seventh row will be successfully inserted, okay. And if I delete from TBL person 1 where person ID equal to 5. Okay, now I deleted and execute here. One row is affected. Our fifth record will be gone because of this delete query. Fifth record gone, and now you are trying to insert a new values for that, and qqq, and what our fifth record is gone. So I try to insert our fifth record here, 5 comma, let's name it qqq, and I want to specify this column list for us, that is a person id comma name. Okay, now I try to execute here. The error will be says because we are not set on into our identity insert. So just change off to on, and now execute here, and now you are trying to insert a fifth record because which is not present in our fifth record. So I try to fill out this record here, new record, onto our fifth record. Okay, just execute here. The fifth record will be inserted. Okay, and from now, and if you are insert a new insert into TBL person 1 values, and the new column name is Sliman. Okay, and try to insert in your table, means it will says an error because your TBL identity insert is set to on. So just change this on to off and execute these queries, and select all the rows from your table, and now you try to insert this new row into your table, means it will successfully added into your 8th record. Okay, because we are turn off our identity insert. Okay, and now try to execute here. One row is successfully affected, and select your table. Okay, 8th row will be successfully affected, and this is this usage of this identity insert. Okay, identity column. And the next, if you delete all the rows from your table TBL person table, TBL person 1, delete from TBL person table, 8 row affected, and select your table. Okay, and now you try to insert a new record into your table, means what's gonna happen. Now you try to insert a new record. Okay, which is my brother name, and I try to insert the new record, means so I just change my name now. Okay, and something A, and just execute here. One row is affected, and select your queries and execute here. Our rest of our old records will be not considered because the 9th value is only added. Why is that? Because our identity is not reset to reseed of 1. That's why this 9th record will be added, and I want to insert again one record, means what's gonna happen. 10th record will be added. Okay, but I want to insert from 1, and how to reset our identity column with the use of this data space consistency check. Okay, and here is the syntax we have in the slide. Okay, what is a syntax? tbcc check ident, and what is your table name, and reseed your table. Okay, and just go. What is this? I want tbcc data space consistency check, which will be talked in very greatly in our upcoming videos. Okay, check ident ident, and this is my TBL person 1 and reseed from 0. Now you try to execute here. Here the message says checking identity information, current identity values is 10, current column values is 0s, TB execution completed, printed error message, contact your system administration. Okay, just delete. Here we have this select. Okay, here we have this record. Just delete all the rows from your TBL persons table. Okay, just delete it now and execute. Here 2 rows of iter. Now execute here. Okay, here nothing, and now you execute this TBCC checkpoint. Okay, execute here and checking identity information, currently identity values is 0, currently column values is 0. Okay, now you try to execute. You try to insert a new row into our TBL person table. Means what's gonna happen? Here Dinesh is my brother name. I want to insert my new record. Okay, I want to reset my identity column also, so which will be inserted in our first values into our TB person ID column. Okay, and just select your queries, execute here. The first values will be inserted, and I want to insert is another name here, and just execute here. It will successfully inserted. And one row of iter and select your table 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this syntax is change. This syntax is reset our identity column. Okay, and that's all today. Have a great day.